Welcome to Season 2 of Solopreneur Success Strategies. This is Jane Gardner, and we are going to be talking about home business startup. And we're going to be talking about starting, running, and growing your own home business, whether offline or on. Monday is all about mindset, of course. Tuesday is all about starting a home biz. Wednesday is about selling, sales, and your customer. Thursday is going to be about running your home biz, and Friday will be growing your home business. Saturday is all about putting systems in your business, and Sunday is all about strategy. So subscribe to this daily podcast to help you start, run, and grow your home biz. For more information, go to bo8hb.com. Hello, this is Jane Gardner again. And today we're going to be talking about running your home business. We're going to be talking about credibility. I know, it sounds simple, but really credibility isn't. And very few people talk about credibility. But this is very important if you want to have your customers know, like, and trust you. And be your raving fans for a long, long time. Because credibility can be gone just like that if you differentiate yourself from what your current values and standards are. So we're going to talk about credibility today, because if there's any secret to success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from his angle as well as from your own, as Henry Ford said in his day. Because if you can see yourself or your business through other people's eyes, then you can, of course, develop the messaging that will attract people to you in terms of they will understand who you are, and then they will get to know, like, and trust you. So we're going to talk about credibility today. It's very critical in terms of business, and if all you have to do is ask yourself, who has credibility? Who do you know, like, and trust? Whether it's a famous figure, or it's a family member, or if it's a current employer, or a current employee, or a business associate, who has credibility and why? Why do you say they have credibility? And who lacks credibility? Well, whether it's a famous figure on a celebrity, or whether it's, as you say, an employee, or someone that you know who lacks credibility, and why should we care about that? Well, credibility is foundational for effective leadership. To be an effective leader, you have to have credibility. To develop relationships, there is an element of credibility that is defined by other people about you. And of course, if you're a coach or a teacher, you have to be credible. You have to have the ability to people to understand who you are and know, like, and trust you. As well as, of course, in customer service and sales, you have to have the credibility that people take the leap and develop a relationship with you and know, like, and trust you. So what is credibility? Well, it's the level of respect that others think about you. This is nothing that you can define. You can't tell people, I'm credible. No one will believe you. Because it's always based on what others think. You being credible is only defined by others. So that is somewhat limiting, because there's only certain things that you can do in order to increase your credibility. And so obviously, the more credible you are, then the more others are willing to believe what you believe. They're willing to value what you value. They're willing to support you in your plans. They're willing to help you achieve your goals, be honest with you, and trust you. And of course, they're willing to part with money for any service that you make a promise on, or any product that you say is good. Then they start to believe this because they know, like, and trust you, because they think you're credible. So what makes credibility increase and decrease? Well, Obviously, behavior perceived as being appropriate from the other person's perspective, not yours, to what you do in terms of time, in terms of the tasks of your business, in terms of how you interact with other people and situations. This will make your credibility increase in others about you, of course. So it has nothing to do with you. So behavior, it's all based on behavior, perceived as being inappropriate for the same factors like time, how you are with time and what you do with tasks and how you are with people. This will make it decrease if they're inappropriate. So you can have 3 levels of credibility. You can have a level of credibility in terms of yourself. You can have a credibility in terms of what others think about you. And of course, you can have credibility in an organization. But we're not discussing organizations because you're starting your own business and running your own home business. And you have to be credible to your customers and to your business partners and to the people who you work with. So what are the behaviors that help to build credibility? Well, I think we probably all know some of these because they're in the Bible. There's honesty, devotion, punctuality, being a good example, having ethical behavior, taking responsibility for your behavior or taking responsibility for your mistakes, keeping your promises, forgiving and understanding others, getting involved, and focusing on the positive. These are all things that increase your credibility. Now, what are some of the things that destroy your credibility? I'm sure you can answer some of these. There's dishonesty, of course, lack of devotion, no concern for time or other people's time or how they feel about time. By setting a bad example, you can destroy your credibility. Unethical behavior will also destroy your credibility. Breaking your promises will destroy your credibility. Denying responsibility for behavior, this will also destroy your credibility. Whereas admitting your bad behavior may actually increase your credibility. Being unforgiving, that will destroy your credibility, as well as not being involved in your community and always focusing on the negative. These are all kinds of things that will destroy your credibility and certainly will not help to increase the know, like, and trust of your potential partners, customers, anyone who's having any kind of dealings with you, whether it's in business or outside of business. So, obviously, these are some of the things that you have to do in terms of increasing your credibility. You should be able to do some of these things. And remember that some of these things are really quite simple in terms of increasing your credibility. They're, as I mentioned, just some of the things that they say makes a good person. And how can you, in your business, make sure that you can increase your credibility by being honest, being punctual, being ethical, admitting when you make a mistake, keeping your promises, and be understanding of other people's mistakes, and of course being involved in your community and focusing on the positive. So I hope this will help you to consider how you have to get people to know, like, and trust you in terms of your business, and to make sure that you don't do any unethical behavior that might destroy your credibility in business and could destroy your business, to be honest, because it's always a matter of trust. For example, I think I've mentioned before that in our business, people need an engineer when they need to do some, say, home renovation, or they have some other situation, they need construction design value. Well, they come to us because they know from other people have given them a good reference and said that this business will deal with you on an ethical behavior and will be prompt-ish in terms of their getting it done and available for questions, etc. So you always have to make sure, no matter what kind of business that you're in, that you're credible because this will also help your business to grow. That's the secret to credibility, is that people will refer other people onto you if your business is ethical and it's got good praise from them. They will always praise you to the skies and be your raving fans because they know that you have certain values that you stick to. So this is not something you thought of in terms of running your business, but certainly it's probably something that you do already, because of course it gives you you always get good vibes from it and get good recommendations from others about your business, I'm sure, when you're being credible and being of service to others. Thank you. Well, I hope that will give you some ideas to implement in your own business. And if you want more, go to boahb.com and subscribe.